I've had this Amazon FZ-07 exhaust for a couple weeks now, and let's go do a full review of it. All right, so overall, it's been a great exhaust so far. When I put this on here, I took off the stock exhaust, and one thing it does not come with is gaskets. So you're gonna have to reuse your old ones. You can buy other ones, but I just reused the ones that were on the bike, and it's been working totally fine for me. So I put those on there, and since I've been riding it, you can see that the pipes, on camera it's not as visible, but they've come this gold, nice color here, which is pretty sweet, looks good. The welds on it, for being a Chinese exhaust, look pretty good. You do reuse your O2 sensor, again, so I just pulled it off the old exhaust and screwed it in there, which is nice, so you can keep using your factory parts. Springs. So it does come with actually two different types of springs. It came with a pair that didn't fit as tight, and I took those off and they're just in a bag, they were extra. But one thing that you do need to think about when you put this on, when you order, is to get some Rtv Sealant. It's like this copper color sealant that you put right here on the can. It seals it up really nice, and so you don't have any exhaust leak. It also firms it up. There's no wiggle, there's no movement in this exhaust when it's on, which is really nice. That was one thing I was a little bit worried about with this Chinese exhaust. Then moving back here to this kind of fake carbon, but it actually looks pretty good. Comes with a sticker, and I didn't put that on because I like the clean look of it. Yeah, I think it looks really good and slick on the bike. It does come with a baffle, and there's a little bolt that goes here. I pulled that baffle out, and it is a lot louder without that baffle on. And honestly, that's probably my biggest con or negative to this exhaust, is that it's a little bit loud, but it sounds really good. Everyone always talks about the FZ-07 and how good it sounds. Yeah, definitely put an exhaust on it. It changes the bike completely, and it's more enjoyable to ride. So up here, you have the strap that goes on it, and it's hard to see, but in there's a bracket, an L bracket that you put in. It's this black piece right here. So that L bracket that goes on the exhaust will hold everything together, and you take off one of the stock exhaust brackets and put it on. If you want me to make a separate video kind of showing more in depth, that was kind of the hardest part, was just kind of, because there is no instructions to map together what piece goes where. I can do that. I can get in there a little bit deeper on the other side and show you that. Let me know, or you can ask questions and I'll try to get back and comment on them. But overall, went together really smooth, two hands. Definitely makes it easier to put on this strap, because you do have to actually pinch it on here with some pliers. It is really tight, but again, it's good because it holds it on pretty good. So one other thing that I forgot to mention with this exhaust was that a lot of people say that there's a lot of just random parts that come in the bin, and I didn't see that. I had one little gold piece. I actually have it on the floor over here that I can show you. This is like the one piece that I didn't use, and I'm not really sure where it goes. But everything else went on. So I don't know if people are just putting it together wrong, but it should all work out just fine with the pieces they give you, fits on there. So in a lot of exhaust videos, people like to ask, do you need a tune on your bike when you're running a different exhaust? And when you're doing something like this with all new headers and slip-on, the answer is yes. So before I ran this bike, I took my ECU out and shipped it off to Two Wheel Dyno Works. And they had a lot of sales during the winter, so I called on their sales, shipped it out to them. It was about 2 days shipping. They shipped it back the same day, and in the same week I had my ECU back. And when you put this exhaust on the bike, you are causing it to run really lean. They're lean from the factory, and when you do something like this, it's gonna run really lean. You're gonna have a lot of popping, especially with the baffle out, and it's bad for your bike. It's not gonna run right, you're actually gonna lose power. So you're compensating by actually tuning the ECU, which is really cool. With Two Wheel Dyno Works, I called them, and they actually have a map for this exact exhaust. On their website, they don't mention it, but after I talked to them on the phone, they said that the performance gains from this are the same as any of the name brand ones. And so right there, his positive experience with them, the gains that come with it, for the price tag, I thought it was a no-brainer to get it. And so I went with this, and their tune's been great. Third and fourth gear pulled a lot harder than they did before. And one thing to remember with that, when you do get the tune, especially from them if you go that route, is that they tune it without the snorkel in the bike. So when you take your panel off, you're gonna take your ECU out, but there's also a snorkel that's kind of like a elbow, 90-degree elbow that you just basically rip out there and throw it away. Talk to them again about it. They say that there's no way that water gets in there. They did tons of tests, and I believe them. So I took that out. It gets more airflow to your bike to help with the tune, and it helps it run a lot better. So hopefully that kind of clears up a little bit of the confusion that a lot of people have about getting tunes. Yes, your bike will probably run, but with your Rtv exhaust, without a tune, it's gonna run way worse, and it's not good for your bike. You're gonna be having way messed up fuel mixtures here going on. And your ECU, yes, it's fuel injected, but it can't compensate that much for it. So hopefully that helps. And let me roll a really quick clip of me on the throttle on the bike so you can hear what this sounds like.